haven't done this in a while.
We're faking sanity.
Yes, and I'm Lou, or Ange.
I'm Sid, or Cindy, or whatever you want to call me. Hey, you was my dad's name for me, so.
And this is Faking Sanity, our brick and mortar bookstore, yarn shop,
Coffee shop.
Cafe.
Cafe shop.
Not sure where that came from.
Coffee. I want some coffee, please.
We have been away for a while because we were crazy with
posted 2 weeks ago.
But we were kind of engulfed in Fibre Fest planning.
Yes, we had the first annual Peace Fibre Fest last weekend, and it went amazing.
Awesome. Thank you for everybody who came out. We had a blast. We hope you did too. We just shipped off almost all of the prizes. We had a table full of prizes. I've got 2 left that I'm waiting for addresses from. But
the vendors were awesome, and a lot of other people too.
We had
podcast viewers.
We had podcast viewers come up, or some that messaged us and said, I hope it went well because I can't come. I'm too far away.
It went amazingly. We are definitely doing it again next year.
Yeah,
so, try to come next year.
I think...
Wow, my wink is really creepy. Yeah.
Wink and eyebrows. Both creepy. See? That.
Yeah, it went really well. A lot of the vendors were like, do it 2 days next year. And we're like... Okay, but we made it without killing each other, so yay.
And we're going to look into doing it 2 days.
We were a little stressed.
I'm not sure I can survive 2 days. Even a week later, it's been a week yesterday. And
today.
Last night.
Sunday.
Oh, yeah. And last night, I fell asleep at 7:30, clothes on, lying in bed thinking, I should get a book. And then I woke up at 1:30 in the morning.
It's been a little nuts.
It was fun, and we're glad we did it. And we'll do it again, for sure.
And we have a haul. But first, we're going to really quickly do our knitting. We have not done much knitting or spinning.
There's very little knitting.
But we'll just show it off quick and,
My knitting was sleep knitting and dream knitting this past couple of weeks.
I am doing these socks.
Oh, you got to show it with the other one.
Yeah, I will. So I got past the heel. This is no pattern at all. It's just my normal one. But
2x2 really?
Okay, so these are the socks. It's Evil Twins sock yarn from Sea Turtle. This is afternoon tea. So basically, they're like, there's gray with a bit of purple and then purple with a bit of
purple. You got this at the Fibre Fest in Edmonton, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, last year.
Last May.
Yeah.
And I love the yarn. I love the colors. I love my needles. I'm kind of in love with these. So yeah, I've decided after I finished the Beast that I would actually try to do some monogamous knitting.
The Beast is your sweater?
The Beast was the Beast was my
your shawl.
My shawl that I showed last time.
The knot poncho.
The knot poncho.
Although she started wearing it with a shawl pin.
Yeah, kind of poncho-ish.
Sort of poncho-ish style. So I'm amused and having fun.
But yeah, so I was like, well, and so many people are like, I'm a monogamous knitter except for socks. My thing is I'm a monogamous knitter except for hats.
Yeah, because you always have a hat or 2 or 3 on the go.
Should I just talk about my hat right now?
Yeah, go for it.
So last night, I didn't feel like knitting on socks, so I cast on a hat. I got this yarn ages ago. Year and a half. At Joe's Yarn Garden. It wasn't called that then.
Wasn't it when we went to the Fibre Fest?
No, it was the other time we went to Edmonton.
To get the shelves. So the summer before.
Yeah.
2 years ago, just about.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. It is Estelle Chunky yarn. And I just got a little kit from Joe's Yarn Garden in Stony Plain by Edmonton. The pattern I haven't seen online or anything.
Just
but
in the kit,
it's a really basic beanie.
It's the Hudson's Bay's color.
Yes, it's the Hudson's Bay. I actually bought the kit and I knit one. I loved it. I went back. Oh, I actually got this yarn when I went to Edmonton with my mom.
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch more. And yeah, I knit this all last night. It's a really quick knit. I just have to weave in the ends.
Put it on that way.
Yes, I'm going for a new fashion.
It's like the modern take on the 20s flapper hat. Oh, not when you wear it that way.
You're weird. Anyway.
When she wore it this way this morning, it looked like, like the little cinched flapper hats that were cinched on. Anyway.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, so that's my knitting for the last 2 weeks. I've also been coming home at the end of the day and pretty much going to sleep.
Yeah. Lots of sleep. Not nearly enough sleep, but we were getting home late, so.
Yeah. So that's my knitting. You've got a bit of knitting, hey?
I've got a tiny bit of knitting and a bit of spinning. My knitting, I think I had just started the rib, so I've got about an inch of ribbing done on my sock. That's it. That's the extent of my knitting in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Sorry, we've been a little nuts.
I tend to run around like a chicken with my head cut off when I'm stressed, whether I realize I'm stressed or not. And so, like, I think about knitting and think I got to do this, but then I think about the 12 other things that I should be doing.
And then does nothing.
I think, oh, which one should I do first? And then I think, it's this one. No, it's this one. So I waste a whole evening doing nothing, planning what should I do first.
Uh-oh.
Yarn overboard.
That's all right.
But I did do some spinning. I finished up. This was the last of my Heavenly Wools merino in the Dinosaur Cupcake colorway.
I love that name.
And me too. And so can I, if I hide my face, hide your face. Is it going to focus? No, it's not going to focus. Oh, well, there you go. Sort of ish. Anyway, it was a braid divided in two, and half the braid was the green, which was kind of solid, and then half the braid was white with yellow and green speckles on it. So it kind of shifts, mostly green, but then the second color is sometimes white, sometimes yellow.
It's cool.
Yeah, and sometimes just a pale green where it blended. But I really like it, and that's the second of my spins. So I did the 4-ply cable ply out of the first one, and then I'll probably do a project with these together. I'm thinking we got to find something. It's another fingering weight one, so I can use them together. So yeah,
they're so cool.
Yeah, and it's, oh, I didn't count the yardage yet. That'll be this afternoon's project, but it's a nice thin fingering weight.
And you have to wash it still.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and this tool is a nitty knotty for those of you who aren't spinners. You basically wind it around in a very rhythmic pattern while holding it like this, and then you get around all 4 stems here, and it makes a 2-yard skein without having to stretch your arms 2 yards, because most people can't do that. So
I can't.
Hagrid could. Anyway, yeah, that's my nitty knotty, and it's my Heavenly Wools fiber, which I love, and I've got more on the way.
So now we can talk about our haul from the Peace Fiber Fest.
If you don't like haul videos, you might not like this next segment, but we're going to talk about the Fiber Fest itself mixed in with this, because it was the best way we could figure out how to do it. So if you want to hear about the Fiber Fest, it's mixed in with the haul. Sorry.
It was really cool. We met people from people came from all long ways away.
Yeah, and
we 17-hour drive.
We met people we had seen a year ago.
Ooh, Vivian brought us.
Vivian, we met.
Fudge.
She brought us.
I don't know if she watches.
Fudge from a local place called Midnight Sun. Yeah, Midnight Sun Emporium. It was amazing.
It was. There's still some fudge left.
There's a little bit left.
We've been good. Because it's really good fudge without being overly sweet.
Yeah. Well, especially that cookie dough one or whatever.
Or whatever it was. I had some of the chocolate last night. It was very good.
Amazing.
And we met people from Yellowknife, White Horse, Hay River. These are, you don't know the distances. If you're in Europe, these distances are mind-blowing.
Yeah. Well, okay, White Horse is about 1,200 kilometers.
I have no clue. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. And Yellowknife
I have no clue.
Maybe about 1,000. I think Fort Mac is about 800 kilometers, and we had people from there as well. She said it was an 800.
Oh, yeah, because she came across up north. She didn't go all the way down to Edmonton.
Yeah.
And the vendors came through a blizzard to get here.
All the southern vendors.
We love you. We had 2 vendors cancel. One because they were sick, and one because the weather was just horrendous where she was. But it worked perfectly. We filled in the booths. Yeah. It worked amazingly. I mean, we wish they could have come.
Yeah, we missed them, but we're glad they were safe.
Yes.
And for those of you who don't follow us on Instagram, Lori from
Lark Weaving
wasn't able to make it. She was sick, and she was in the hospital actually when we had the Fiber Fest. So, Lori, if you watch this, we really hope you're doing better. And it was lovely to meet Rob.
Yep.
And I hope we'll see you next year.
Yeah.
And that you're healing well. But
Yeah. So now let's talk about some. Shall we start with yarn? Let's start with Allison Barnes.
Okay.
Okay.
Allison, when we were first starting to plan, we reached out to a couple of people who had planned other Fibre Fests, and Allison was one of them. So we were really excited that she was going to join us.
Yes. And she is a sweetheart. She came down with her parents.
She is.
And
They're also very sweet.
yes. And oh my goodness, look at this yarn. Oh. Okay, so I was looking at one of these bundles and it was like pinks and purples. It was kind of like, one of them was like this color.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so pretty, but it's so strange because normally I'm all about the blues. And she's like, well, I have a blue one. And I'm like, done, give it to me. So unfortunately she doesn't put what the colorways are.
Oh, I think this one looks very similar to the Mountains. What's the new one she just did?
I'll figure them out.
Mountains Are Coming, or Going to the Mountains.
They're so pretty anyway. And it's 50 grams of each color. So I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but
You could make a gorgeous shawl.
exactly. That's a sock weight. I love it. And then I got a worsted. It's really hard to show this one off because it's one of those dark ones. But it's dark with little like flecks of blue. I'm so sorry, I'm burping.
You are horrible.
So this is on her classic worsted, and it's I Feel Fine, which is, she was like, it's great, it does double duty. It's a Beatles song title, because she has a line of those, but it also really kind of fits with her
Struggle and Strength.
yeah, which is all about like mental health and yeah, and she's like, you know, it's those days when you're like, yeah, I'm fine. People ask how you are and you're like, I'm fine. But you know, you don't need to. You can tell them how you are doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's beautiful. I cannot wait. I don't know what I'm going to do with either of them.
I agreed that it was
Oh
beautiful.
yeah, yeah. We did not shop at the same time because we were covering our own booth.
Yeah. We both snuck away for a bit
Yeah.
and both got the same yarn, but I got it in fingering.
Yeah, because I got the worsted first.
Yeah, there was no more worsted. Or I didn't see it. I didn't ask if she had more. But this is I Feel Fine in the fingering, and you can maybe see a little bit more of the colors in this one.
The blue comes out a little bit more in that one.
Lighter on this base.
Yeah.
But it's lovely, and I love the name.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I could just
I
drape
also-
this around me.
I love Allison Barnes' bases.
Yes.
And I was knitting. You might have seen me knitting on
Dirty
Instagram
Cowboy.
on the Dirty Cowboy colorway.
You showed it on here too, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I wanted to get more of her bases and try some other ones. So I got her classic DK in When I'm 64, which is this pale gray with kind of charcoal speckles.
It's very pretty.
Yeah. And I got
Ooh, I like the feel of
her
the base.
basic sock in Where There Is No Struggle, There Is No Strength, because I really appreciate the effort she puts into talking about mental health and mental health struggles. So I really wanted to get one of these colors. And they're all like a bunch of dark with a flash of light. And she said, so you remember that there's a flash of, that there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
That even though you're going through dark times, there is light ahead. So, and I have been feeling the green.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so.
Because my haul has a lot of pale green.
There's that one.
One of my other hauls, this was from a local vendor. It's a cone of 8-2 cotton for weaving, because I am going to get my weaving loom together, even if I didn't get it done for the Fibre Fest. So this will be perfect for going with a lot of my stash. So I have a lot of navies, and I really love green and navy, and eggplants and stuff like that, or blacks. And it's just a fingering weight cotton basically, and it's super smooth, and it is a very pale green. I'm losing yarn by the handful off my chair.
Falling off.
And this was from Cheryl Peoples Studio, who
is also a local Ashford.
Yeah, she's an Ashford distributor, and she sells a bunch of yarn on cones for weaving and weaving supplies. And she's the media contact for the local Spinners and Weavers Guild in Fort St. John. So we'll be talking to her about maybe getting the local Dawson Creek branch going again. So it was cool to support her and get some yarn on cones, so it'll be easier to warp my loom. Yeah. So yeah, very excited. And another pale green.
Okay, what else?
I'm gonna pick up some yarn.
Yeah, we're still doing yarn. So Oh, pick up this one first.
Okay. It's on the floor.
So,
Excuse me.
one of our other vendors was Knit for Your Dye. She's in Hay River, Northwest Territories, which is way up north. And she just had these amazing colorways. She actually did one that was a bunch of minis, and it's the Northern Rainbow. Oh, yeah, it was so cool. I really thought about it, but I was like, I'd already got the Allison Barnes one, and I was like, I don't need more sock yarn. I have so much sock yarn, it's ridiculous. So this one is called Staycation on a DK weight, and it is black with like every bright color. Oh, yeah. I just love these flashes of
she does color. Black with bright really well.
Really, really well. Yeah. So yeah, it's basically a rainbow. Well, not quite. It's pink instead of red, but rainbow on black, and I think it's going to be a really awesome hat for me.
I can see you wearing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also got one of her dark but bright ones. Yeah. This one's called These Are Our Night Lights, and it's a Northern Lights colorway. Northern Lights here are just fabulous. Yeah. And she gets to see them probably a lot more than we do here in Dawson. But flashes of pink and purple and green, and I really love the green Northern Lights. Yeah. I think they're the most spectacular ones. I've seen them in green.
Oh, you got a fingering weight.
I did. Everything I got was fingering.
No, this is DK.
Oh yeah. Well, I mentioned that one already. But I love it. And this is going to be a hat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll look awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of Northern Lights colorways, one of our other vendors, Peaceful Yarns, who is local, did some a Northern Lights colorway that was gorgeous. She's actually dyeing us more for the store to sell.
I think she sold out of the Northern Lights.
She did. I know. One of our regulars bought it. But yeah, so she's doing some of that for us for the store. Yeah. So that'll be really cool.
Yeah. It was so cool to see the local vendors do well. A lot of them don't have websites yet. And so people don't know that they're selling stuff. So it was nice to highlight them and for people to get to know local vendors.
Yes.
Because as much as we had some from very far away, we also had
some from there were
right
here
8. Well, 7 in the end because
Lark Weaving
couldn't make it, but from 8 vendors from right in the Peace region, like our district. So
and most of them, I mean, we knew about Jen, we knew about Janet.
Yeah.
And we knew about CJ Alpacas.
Yeah.
Well, and we knew about the Cozy Up.
This is another one of our local vendors. No, this is not. This is washed locks from one of our local vendors.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Jen. That's what she looks like.
Jen runs Riverside Farms, and she raises Gotland. She's one of the breeders in the Gotland Up breeding program in Canada, and this was not even her longest locks. Like, her longest locks were over 9 inches, and that was the longest that the mill could handle.
Oh, it was longer than the mill.
They were longer than 9 inches, so she had to hand process all of them. And I'm allergic to hay and basically everything that comes on sheep, except for the sheep itself. So I got some of her washed locks, and these are just they're just beautiful. This isn't dyed or anything, and I'm gonna try spinning from the locks.
And I love the fact that she actually puts on them what sheep it came from.
Oh,
so this is from Everett.
This is from Everett. Yeah. Who's one of her Gotland rams.
Yeah,
and I also got some from
Durin,
which Cindy loves because she's a geek. Which is BFLU she's got.
Yeah,
and I want to try and get. She had some left that was from a Gotland Finn cross.
Oh, right.
I love Finn. Yeah. So she finds it and has time to give it at least a cursory wash, I'll probably buy that fleece.
Yeah. And so she was selling raw fleeces, and the spinners were in love.
Yeah, her booth was so busy all the time.
But she also was selling some of these.
Oh yeah, they're adorable.
They're Little Wing Oddbirds. They're so cute. Okay, this is the Blue Jay. Look, he even has the little Blue Jay crest.
Yeah.
So I bought the crow, but this guy might come home with me too. I'm not sure. Yeah. So she's selling them for Little Wing Oddbirds, who's in Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's a good friend of hers, so she shipped some out for her to sell.
And so a whole bunch of them. This is the Rockabilly Blue Jay. He is so cute.
Yeah.
but yeah, you've got to check her out on Instagram.
Yeah, and they're adorable birds.
Yeah, they are so cute.
There's like chickadee and there's oddbirds, and she does messenger ones, so you can contact her and write out a message, and she types it up and wraps it in a little note around their leg like a messenger pigeon and sends it off to the person.
Fabulous. So Jen had just a couple left, so we are selling them at the store.
Yeah,
this is so cute, and she makes them out of like if
scraps of yarn.
Yeah, and you can like send her like special scraps, and she'll make you special birds and stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah, so.
Little wing oddbirds.
Yeah.
They're adorable.
They are fabulous. I'm so in love with them. I had seen them at the Fibre Nook in Edmonton, and I was like, oh no, I really don't need more stuff around my room.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm bad for that. But then I've been following her on Instagram and being like, I want one, but you know,
yarny knickknacks are okay.
But and then like paying the shipping and stuff, because Canada shipping is crazy. Yeah. And yeah, but then when Jen said she was having them, I was like, yay, I'm getting a birdie. So,
there was a little bit more dancing involved, but that was pretty close.
Birdie. Yeah.
When I was able to sneak away from our booth the first time in the morning, and it was still fairly late, like we were packed first thing.
Yes.
And so a lot of people had been through Jen's booth already, and I walked up to see if she needed anything, and I was like, do you have any birds left? Cindy wants to buy one. If you have just one, just set it aside. It doesn't matter what it is. She was like, no,
she had a few when I made it over there. Yeah, I didn't get away from our booth for the first 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Because I had a lineup, which was
I think
amazing.
Because we also were processing the class payments at our booth.
Oh, yeah.
It added stuff, because there was a class at noon, so anybody who wanted to take that was coming through our booth as well. So
it was so fun. Yeah. Okay. So, shall I talk about another yarn?
Sure.
I got yarn from the Alberta Yarn Project.
Ooh.
Which it is so pretty.
Which one did you get?
So this one is called Don't Disturb My Circles. It is they call it sock yarn. It's wool and nylon, but it's a thick one.
Yeah. It's like DK worsted.
Yeah. And so it's milled at Custom Woolen Mills, but it's fabulous. I love it. And with it, I got a pattern for Nordic slippers. Yeah. And so she said this yarn would be great for this. I'm not sure if that's what I'm going to do with it. Possibly. Yeah. But they're just so cute.
They are. And the ladies were so sweet.
Oh, yes. They were fabulous.
Yeah.
I like them a lot.
We had Kalia, I think. Kalia, yeah. Couldn't make it.
But the other two
were able to come. Susan and... Now
I'm so bad with names. I'm so bad with names. I cannot remember.
But she said she had been doing
her... No, she's not a Danielle.
No. She had been doing her master's when they pitched the idea for this Alberta Yarn Project to her, and now she's getting to the point where like she needs to finish her write-up.
Oh.
So they excused her from the Fibre Fest, or she excused herself from the Fibre Fest to work on that.
They had some really cool stuff. Like,
and fabulous stuff.
Like, just knowing it's like...
Local sheep, locally milled.
Yeah.
Locally designed too, because they design their own patterns.
Designed this one.
Yeah.
I'm really happy.
Yeah. We like the shopping local when you can. Living up north, that's rarely possible, so it's nice when we can.
It's so cool when we can.
Yeah.
And I mean, local is
anything within an 8-hour drive.
I was gonna say, most people, like, when they talk about like local eating or whatever, it's always like 100 kilometers. If we did that, it would be like
potatoes and beets.
Yeah, for half the year, and deer for the rest.
Yeah.
But you just widen the circle a little.
But that's also the mentality. Like, people will drive to Edmonton from here.
Oh yeah.
A couple times a year, just cause.
Just more than that. People go down for the weekend.
Just go for the weekend, and that's like a 7-hour drive.
Sorry, I'm scratching my leg. Don't mind me.
Hippie Strings, who's another local yarn shop. They're taking a bus down.
They're an hour and a half away. They're local.
Yeah. And they're taking a bus down
to the Edmonton Fibre
Frolic.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow, 5 hours from there, 7 if somebody actually, we should mention it here.
Yes.
Hippie Strings has actually said if anybody wants to go to the Fibre Fest from Dawson Creek, the bus is going to be coming to their shop through Dawson Creek. So if you want to go, we will be a pickup point. You have to call us to book it first, otherwise the bus isn't stopping. And we're not waking up because it will be leaving Hippie Strings at 6 a.m. Alberta time, which is 5 a.m. our time. So it will be coming through Dawson
3:30.
Around 3:30. But if you're interested in going to the Fibre Fest and don't want to drive that whole way and love the idea of a communal bus and everybody, singing and high on yarn fumes, then there is an option for you. So
yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
So,
and Hippie Strings was another one of our vendors.
I didn't get anything from them because we get down there eventually.
Yeah.
Occasionally.
We get down there on the long weekends. So we tried to support some of the vendors we don't see usually.
And Robin also owns, it is Robin, right?
No, Cheryl
owns
Farmhouse
Vintage Rentals. And they provided a sitting and knitting area of these awesome, cool.
Like a beautiful Victorian couch and some chairs and tables.
So that was really cool. Yeah.
It was really nice. There were people sitting there quite a bit of the day. Just
when
sitting and knitting and chatting.
When I made it over there for about a minute.
So bad that we ran late on some of the stuff like signage in the venue. So all the vendors had their own signage, but we had wanted to put up a sign saying thank you for providing the seating, and I had totally missed it, and I felt horrible. But people did enjoy it, and it was so nice to have that so that it encouraged people to sit around and knit and chat with new friends. So yeah.
Okay, so more stuff.
Okay.
Whee! Guess what these are? Okay, they are
skinny snowshoes.
Really skinny. Skis maybe. Anyway, they are mitten blockers from Burning Impressions.
I love these.
We've talked about Burning Impressions before, but I love her stuff. They are amazing. So these are boomerang mitten blockers. So they've got smalls and mediums, and then they've got this
is the medium.
The detachable thumbs.
Whee.
So you can put your mitt on and then get the thumb up there.
Yeah. You put the thumb in the mitten and then slide the mitten on the blocker so everything gets blocked, not just the body of the mitten.
They are so cool. So Megan from Burning Impressions was awesome enough to do us some Peace Fibre Fest ones.
Yeah.
And these ones, the snowflakes. I really like them.
I love the snowflakes.
I have been meaning to buy some off her for ages, and I just couldn't make a decision. So this worked perfectly.
Yeah. And we also got we ordered some for the store to sell that say Faking Sanity instead of Peace Fibre Fest as well.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
And now I need to make some mittens to put on my mitten blockers. I'm so excited.
Yeah. And this is handy for Cindy because regular blockers are all too big for her. The small size is just about perfect for her.
Small size is perfect.
Which is kid size in my mind.
No, it's not.
It totally is.
My hands... Yeah, it's about perfect. But then if I make mittens for anyone else, I've got the medium size.
Yeah, I was going to say, mine, the medium, is just about perfect. A little narrow, like they'd be a good fitted mitten for me.
Yeah.
See? Just see my pinky on the side there.
I'm sorry. And she also has these great
keychains.
Knit happens. And she made some for us. So they say Faking Sanity on the other side.
We had just asked her if she could do some with the Faking Sanity logo, and she filled in the backs with all sorts of cool knitty sayings.
Yeah.
Like A Canada, or Canada A, and Knit Happens, and... Yeah.
Yes, they're so cute. So I got one of them, but we also have them for the store. Yeah. And you got something different from her.
She said, okay, so I'm synesthetic. My senses are cross-wired. She's mocking me there. You don't know what it's about, but if I touch wet wood, I taste cardboard. Oh.
I didn't. She's really bad. These aren't too bad because they're
very heavily
well varnished
and smooth.
Yeah.
But like even our bookshelves, if I'm dusting them with a wet cloth, I have a hard time and end up sort of gagging. But she was playing around and did some acrylic ones. And I was like, I can finally have pretty sock blockers and they won't make me gag. Which sounds like a dig on her, but it's really not. It's a dig on my brain. But so I got these cute ones with paws all the way through. And they're
so
her boomerang sock blockers. So the same as the mittens, they've got 2 sizes on them. So I can block small sizes, which is about, looks like about size 7.
My size.
And the medium is about a size 8 or 9, I think. From the looks of it, I'd say a 9.
That's perfect. So you can make me socks and you socks.
Yeah, and they're acrylic, and I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes, she is fabulous.
I love plastic. No
You
weird
love plastic.
no weird taste in my mouth. Yay!
Yay!
That's weird, right? It's totally weird, but
yep. Okay.
and she's pretty local. Her mom lives here in Dawson, but she lives in 150 Mile House, which is 7 hours, 8 hours.
Yeah, about something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and yes, you can tell we're Canadian when all distances are measured in
hours.
In hours.
Yeah. I am always so weirded out when I listen to like UK podcasts or like anything in Europe, basically, where everything is so close. And they're like, I went to Italy for the weekend. And I'm like, I don't think I could make it to Manitoba for the weekend.
Oh, no.
Like, it's just crazy. Yeah. It's, thousands of miles to cross the country.
We have big open spaces.
Yeah.
Sloths! Okay, this is from Two Sticks and You, which, they did all sorts of amazing bags.
They did. They had some fabulous stuff.
I had actually picked out another one. It was one of the Japanese knot bags, because I really like that style, and it was sheep, and it was really cute, and I paid for it, and then I saw this one, and I was like, it's sloths. I have to have it.
Yeah. Are you going to give it to Tink as a knitting bag, or is it going to be yours?
It can sit by Tink. Yes, I have a giant
Tink is our
sloth.
giant sloth.
Yeah, so she was fabulous and she switched it. And the really funny thing is our friend Rebecca got the Japanese knot bag with the sloth material. But yeah, I love it. I love the handle on it. It's just...
I really love a bag with a handle.
Yeah.
Because when your hands are full, it's so nice to just be able to...
Yeah, and it's a great size. And I like project bags.
Yeah. And you really like the wedge ones, hey? Like,
I don't know.
All your recent ones have been wedge ones.
I do really like I really like the drawstring ones too.
Mm. Yeah, I think those are
not all my
favorite.
recent ones, because I bought I bought 2 of Liz's.
Oh, right. And those were drawstrings.
Yeah. But yeah, sloths. So.
Sloths are cute.
Fabulous. Yeah, and they're in the Okanagan.
I felt a little bit like a sloth this morning because I slept until 10, but it was lovely. I fell asleep. A week later, I fell asleep at 7:30. I think I already said that.
You said that. Yeah.
Still have sleep. Yeah. Time for some caffeine.
Oopsie, I got a couple other bags. Sorry, I'm off.
They can't hear you when you're off camera.
Okay, I got a couple other bags recently too, not at the Fibre Fest. But Rebecca came in and with they're like just heavy canvas bags.
And they're lined with cotton inside?
Yeah, lined with cotton and zippery. And they're like the perfect size. And I was like, where did you get that? And she's like, B&T, which is just down the street.
It's like a local homeware store?
No, crafts. They used to be B&T ceramics, and it was all ceramics. And then they branched into scrapbooking, and then they branched into every craft imaginable. And then they branched into everything you can think of.
Well, it's got like home decorations, lots of little companies that do like handmade soaps and handmade scented stuff.
All sorts of things. They're really
Beautiful
cool.
journals. They've got a yarn room in the back. They've still got loads of craft stuff in the back section. And,
So there are other yarn store in town. We just do very different things from them.
Yeah, we intentionally carry different stuff so that we're not competing with each other.
Yeah, they've got some great. Yeah, they've got
neighbors with.
They've got
the
like the
nearby.
good. Yeah, they've got like the good acrylic wool blends, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I would love it because they send people here, we send people there. But so I got 2 of these bags because they were like $8.
Yeah,
couldn't resist. Yeah, so that was my
there's
other.
something nice about canvas. You don't have to worry about it getting wrecked. Like it's easy care.
Yes. Yeah. So it's one of them is going to be my like take everywhere bag kind of thing. Okay, so what else?
Well, if we're talking project bags, I got a Peace Fibre Fest one. So these Ginger Snap, Mr. Snap that, Colin is now doing
all the bags and
yarn and
t-shirts
bags and shirts full time with Kim. And so they offered to do up these bags for us, and they're beautiful. They took our logo and laid it on.
They're, again, really nice fabric and so well
they're
made.
nice and sturdy. They've got like a 3-inch bottom. And they fit a lot of yarn and just the double straps. So I'm really pleased. I seem to like tote bags for the big stuff and just drawstring bags for the small stuff. So I've got one of these.
We've actually got these at the store as well.
Yeah.
We've got some more.
Okay, so I didn't realize. So Colin said he was saving up to get a silk screener.
Yeah.
And so he was doing all of these things he's been doing without a silk screener. So manually, like every little line is done. So he's pulling up the remainder, like the stuff
on
that's
the
not
silk
part
screen.
of the
It is
design.
the silk screen, but
He's pulling up every little white space between those lines by hand.
yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
Not on here. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought on this. Anyway, it's really cool.
So I was like, oh wow, he is a patient man. And has a really good sense of humor. I really enjoyed.
And he
both
made
of
us
them.
volunteer shirts. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So they had the logo on the front and volunteer on the back.
Yeah,
And
which a
that
lot
was
of people
really
loved.
sweet.
We hadn't thought about that in the first place. They offered it, and it was so nice. So many people commented on being able to find volunteers. Yeah. So I think we'll do that again next year.
Yeah, and Colin also made some non-volunteer shirts, just pre-orders, and and so speaking of tote bags, I got this one from That Yarn Habit. She's in Grand Prairie.
Yes.
Or close to Grand Prairie.
This was her first ever show.
I know! It's so cool. So anyway, Stars Hollow Knit-a-thon. It's a little wrinkly because I've had it scrunched up with everything. But yeah, so Gilmore Girls reference. It's fabulous. Once again, Rebecca and I got the exact same thing.
Yeah, you were feeling the same vibes.
Yeah.
Smoking the same fumes.
Yes. So I really like it. Well, I had seen, who was it? Was it Jamie had posted on Instagram that she got one?
Yeah,
and
Jamie got one.
And Rebecca and I were both like, "Ooh, she better bring those to the Fibre Fest." So yeah, she did. So we bought them.
It was so
She
fun.
had mugs too, and I really thought about a mug, but I have so many mugs.
Yeah. We have a fabulous local potter.
Yes.
So our cupboards are full of pottery. I actually got something from That Yarn Habit too.
Yes.
I love her card.
Yeah.
Just the ink blot. But this, I was looking at her booth and I was feeling the pale green, minty green vibes again. And this one, she had a whole rack of just this colorway, and I was looking at it and thinking, I really like this. And I was thinking of buying it. And then she mentioned this is her Leighton's teddy bear, and Leighton is her son, and he needed heart surgery right away when he was born, and so they stayed in the Ronald McDonald House. And so she donates the proceeds, or a part of the proceeds from this colorway, to the Ronald McDonald House all the time.
And that's really cool.
Really cool, and it's something I appreciate. My sister had heart surgery when she was younger, and my mom stayed in the Ronald McDonald House, and financially there's no way, or like, she could have had family there otherwise.
Yeah.
So it's something that I often donate to whenever I have spare change. So I really was enthralled with the color anyway, but then I had to get it.
Yeah.
So Leighton's teddy bear, and yeah, it's such a soft yarn. I really like this base. It's her classic sock, and it comes with the mini.
It's nice. Yeah. It's quite a loose twist, but
yeah. But I was thinking it'll make good, like, fabulous bed socks or slippers, or maybe some mittens with the thumbs and brown.
That would look awesome.
Yeah, like thumbs and cuffs,
or the tips,
like the toe of the sock.
Yeah. Oh, that would look awesome. But it's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I really liked her booth. It was fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
I loved her yarn colors and stuff, but I was like, I have so much yarn. I was trying not to buy tons and tons of yarn, but that's why I bought the bag, because bags are always useful.
Yeah.
I have 15 bajillion bags that I just shove everything into. But we were talking about a local potter.
Oh, yes.
So we've shown her stuff before, like her.
So I've shown her resist mooses.
And then she made a bear.
And she did a bear.
Well, you showed the yarn bowl like
oh
that
yeah,
too.
and she cut in stars and trees, and
They're fabulous.
I love her yarn bowls. That's one of the smaller ones. She did a bigger one as well.
Yeah, and like this with the resist dragonflies.
Yeah.
And inside as well.
And she had some small ones and some big ones, and some very symmetrical and some just and she does the wooden handles. They're all like driftwood that she collects and sands super smooth. And
but then she did a whole bunch of Peace Fibre Fest mugs and travel mugs, and it's great. Like it's an amazing mug
with a silicone lid.
Silicone lid,
and mugs with little feet that say Peace Fibre Fest.
I just really liked that one. So yeah, so obviously we still have some.
Yes.
But we're selling them at the store.
Yeah, we said we'd take as much as she could make because we wanted to have some extras. So, and she made us magnets for the Fibre Fest, and it was very cool.
Just little magnets like this. So that's cool.
So we'll probably send a few. We got a few extra magnets so that we can have some of them as prizes. So
yeah,
we'll probably include a few of those in some of the prizes coming up.
Mm-hmm. So, prizes coming up. You mentioned it.
We did. Do you want to finish the haul?
Sure. Finish the haul
stuff.
I think I'm finished.
Oh, well, I have tons left. You talked lots then.
I didn't buy tons. I was going to get a ginger snap, and then I realized that I have some at home, and we got some in for the store.
I got some ginger snap.
You got some ginger snap.
I got some pale green ginger snap.
What's that? It's like me and my pink and gray.
Yeah. So this is Arbutus. I'm not usually mint at all, but I love the speckles on this that were kind of that like limey yellow green and the black.
Yeah.
Just loved it. And like walked up to the wall, and when we were talking to Kim just setting up the night before, I was like, what is that colorway? It's the fourth one on the third row down. I need it.
Yeah, she pointed it out to me and I was like, not my color.
Yeah, so another fingering weight.
Yeah.
But
what are you going to do with all these?
I think this one will be socks. It's a nice sturdy yarn and it's soft.
Yeah,
and
it's a great base.
I like this color makes me look sick.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be a cowl or hat, but I thought mittens or socks would be fabulous.
Yeah.
So it'll be one of the two because I love it. And then I also got from her.
Oh yes, the
one of her.
I almost took home with me.
She launched her
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. I was like, Song of Ice and Fire. Song of Ice and Fire.
Song of Ice and Fire.
The Game of Thrones series is based on the Song of Ice and Fire books. And I know the book names better. But this is her Targaryen Wolf colorway, which I love. It's this beautiful blue and gray and white
went home
with
me.
Speckles of charcoal. I just love it. I was debating two of these. I was debating this one and Ice Dragon, but I really wanted
Ice Dragon's
green.
beautiful. It's got these just like teal speckles. It's amazing. Yeah.
It was fabulous. But I also really liked the brown and blue one.
Oh,
Jamie.
no, Little Bird.
Little Bird.
Arya,
that was it. Anyway, so yeah, she had lots of fabulous yarn, and we brought a wholesale order from Kim and Colin, so we've got their yarn in the shop now, which is very cool. So if I want the Ice Dragon, I can just get it.
Yeah. If I succumb to the
I think this is going to knit up beautifully.
It is.
This might actually be a cowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Suits my color a little better.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me look sick.
We also had Poppy Yarns, which was amazing yarn. Everyone we know got stuff from there, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I already had some. You have some too.
Yeah, I have some of her spinning fiber and her yarn, and I didn't buy any from her.
We couldn't buy from every single vendor, even though we really wanted to.
I felt so bad. I called her Danielle
so many times.
4 times
and
on the
Denise.
weekend. It's Denise.
Yes.
It's Denise Aspinall. I know her name. I bought her fiber when we lived in Calgary. And
yeah, and she was saying she was going to bring up pottery by
Hedge Pig.
No,
not Hedge Pig pottery.
Oh,
the one in Airdrie.
It's amazing pottery that looks like knit fabric.
Yeah.
But whoever it is, I knew this like 10 minutes ago. But anyway, she was completely out, and we were like, next year.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. It was so exciting to hear so many of the vendors say they want to come back next year.
So
we're like,
okay.
Second chance to get stuff I didn't get this year.
Yeah, or I'll be ordering stuff online. No, I'll be good. I'll knit my stuff I won't knit my stuff, but I'll try.
I got some more local fiber.
Yes.
I got some spinning fiber. This is local alpaca from CJ Alpacas, and they have it milled and cleaned at the mill in Carstairs in Alberta.
Custom wool mills. Everyone does.
Well, it's the only mill in Western Canada that isn't a private mill. So, and it's super soft.
It's super soft.
I've bought some before from them at the Fibre Fest in Edmonton, actually, at the Fibre Frolic last year.
Oh, yeah.
And
did you spin it up yet?
I spun a bit of it.
Right.
Because it was 4 ounces, so I spun it down to 100 grams to test it and still have a... it is some of the cleanest alpaca I've ever seen. Like, alpaca roll around in the dirt. They're dusty, they're mucky, there's hay, there's grass, it's a yucky, dirty fiber. And it was cleaner than some wools I've seen. It was just amazing, and it's so
funny
soft.
I'm not big on alpaca yarn. I don't know why. I think it's because when I knit it, I shred it.
Yeah, well, because you have sandpaper hands.
It's just like, you could just like sleep in it. Oh,
don't sleep in it. My fiber. I think actually what I'm going to do, the last batch I got was the pale cream, and I'm going to do 1 ply of each.
Oh, that would look amazing.
Or possibly do a 3 ply and do like 2 plies out of this and 1 out of the light.
Yeah.
So,
that would look
yeah.
lovely.
So I have some more spinning in my future.
And some more.
And, oh, yes. I bought some from a not local fiber.
Yeah.
I decided to try lock spinning for the first time. So I bought some of Jen's, but this is... Yes, lovely ponytail.
I wanted to get some just to like give myself fancy hair. Sorry.
Fancy hair.
Yeah, of course I would look like, what's his name in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert?
Oh.
Remember there's the one scene, anyway.
Yep. If you haven't seen Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, it's
hysterical. If you haven't seen it, you have to see it. It's Elrond, Queen of the Fairies.
Translation, it is actor?
Hugo Weaving.
Hugo Weaving. Woo!
Who played Elrond, who played Mr. Smith. He plays a drag queen, and amazing. Yeah. He is so good.
He also looks like one of Cindy's friends who's from here, especially one of the scenes. Yeah. Cracks me up every time.
Yeah.
So
anyway, sorry.
This fiber is sort of local. It's from Jen's Sheep.
Is this
or not this specifically?
Yeah, I was like, this one isn't.
But Annelle, who dyes this fiber, buys some of Jen's fleeces to dye locks from because they're nice long fleeces. But this one is actually Teeswater, which I've never spun before, and it's indigo dyed, and it's beautiful.
It feels so strange. It'll be so interesting to see how it spins up.
Yeah, it feels sort of like a mohair lock compared to like regular reeds of wool. I feel like it feels closer to like mohair than merino.
Do you have to like comb it up before
I'll flick it.
Flick it. Okay.
Yeah. I'll flick open the locks. But isn't that color just amazing?
It really is. She does beautiful stuff.
Yeah. And Annelle is from, she lives in Saskatchewan. Yeah. And she left with like her town under fire advisories. So I hope she got home to everybody safe and the fire is under control.
Yeah, it sounded like it was.
But yeah, I can't imagine leaving.
With
fire that close, but you do it because fire is close from May to October in the north. So, yeah.
Do you have more stuff? Oh, you do?
I do.
She really did well.
I have one more? Yes, one more.
Unless you dropped some?
No. Okay. Your yarn's on the floor, but my last purchase was this one from a local lady, and I'm trying to think of her name, Nicole.
Oh, okay.
From Ugly Lumber Co. And she does weaving and macrame, and she makes handmade frame looms.
Really cool stuff.
Yeah. And she was actually going to donate this one for a prize. And I was like, oh, I was going to buy that one. And she was like, okay, I'll switch it. And so then I bought it. So it's a woven, like it's just a pillow, but woven top on it. And this is just unspun roving that's braided into the weaving.
Yeah,
so
it just looks so
just really cool. Yeah. Neat little accent pillow. And I thought it was beautiful.
Yes, it is.
So that's from...
Oh, I did have one other purchase. I don't have it to show you, but from Country Yarns booth, I got this cool, it's a basket, And then this guy,
we gave it away already.
This friend of Jackie and Fred Burton, who run Country Farms, made them, and he made lids for them, and they're like wood, and then they have a cutout of an animal, and everyone had a different animal, and
they were like cutouts of sheep.
They were so cool. When I went by that, where I was shopping, when I went by there, they were pretty busy, so I didn't really I took a look and everything. It was really cool, but as we were all packing up to leave, he was taking his leftover baskets out on a cart, and I was like, "Woo, wait!" And
I didn't realize that's when you got
totally.
it.
Yeah, he paused as he was going out the door, and I was right there, and I was like, "Oh!" Because there was one with a bunny,
and one of our staff who put in a lot of volunteer hours.
Danielle helped
weekend.
us so much.
Yeah.
I got her a bunny basket. She
obsessed
loves it.
with bunnies.
Well, she has a bunny, and she's obsessed with her bunny for sure. So yeah, and she crochets with big huge balls of acrylic because she can't do wool.
And yarn bowls are usually just too small for those.
Yeah. So I got her a big huge. Well, it's not a huge basket. It's
fairly big. It'd fit one of those big balls in it, and it's got a bunny cutout on the
bunny
top.
cutout,
so
and I gave it to her as thanks.
Yeah.
And she loved it. So yeah, I don't have it here to show you.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We had a great time.
Cozy up.
I loved just chatting with people and also seeing people fan over vendors. Like one of our regulars is a total Alison Barnes fan and a total fan of the Cozy Up Sisters.
And she was just like,
so that was really fun.
It was really cool.
Yeah. And at one point she got a chance to talk to both of them, and she was just so thrilled that they were so nice and welcoming, and
everybody was amazing. Like all of the vendors, all the volunteers, all the attendees, just everyone was awesome. It was a very good experience for our first ever big event.
Yeah. So neither of us has planned anything, not even a birthday party. So taking on, you planned Well,
I planned more things like
Kohl's store parties.
Stores. I've planned like opening a Christmas quarter store kind of thing.
But they were all you're working within company guidelines.
Yeah,
you don't have to make the decisions. It's the making all the decisions that's overwhelming.
See, I don't have that much trouble with the decisions.
Yeah.
But yeah, and
I would say you have a little bit of trouble when there are too many, because at one point you were like, no more questions.
Well, you asked me about you were like, can I go pee? I'm like, I don't care. Go.
It wasn't quite that bad.
It was
pretty
bad.
close,
It was
but it wasn't
bad.
quite that bad.
Yeah, the last few days beforehand. It came down to this close. Yeah.
we tend to agree in the end, but we approach things so differently.
So differently.
That we occasionally
but we have wonderful
get frustrated
people
at each other in the way.
We have wonderful people who have offered to help next year already.
Yeah.
And we know what we're doing.
And so
we know what worked, what didn't work. Yeah. This year it was really lots of people asked, "Oh, what can I do?" But we were like, "We don't know because we don't know what we're doing." But it was great.
Well, or even just knowing how to hand stuff off. Like if we have no materials written, we can't just say you run with the press stuff and here's your press kit. So some of that'll be a lot easier next year. And we'll have a better idea what we're doing, so it'll be easier in that sense too. So we were thrilled, and it was so nice to meet. So many people came up and said, "We watch your podcast," and we got to put faces with names that we had seen in comments, or even faces that we hadn't seen much comments from. And I love the couple from Yellowknife. They're just so
they
sweet.
Were fabulous. Hi.
And I know the difference between Whitehorse and Yellowknife. Really, I do.
It's up north. I kept saying Whitehorse when I meant Yellowknife.
Yeah.
But so speaking of people who came up to us, we have a couple Mals.
Yes.
So we did the Peace Fibre Fest make-along. So that one, everyone who commented on Ravelry or Instagram or came to us at the Peace Fibre Fest and said,
showed us
"Look, I made this from something made from any of the vendors or
whether it was a pattern, yarn, or fiber, anything from any of the vendors."
So we drew for that.
Yep. So we did that just before we came on the air, and the winner is I've forgotten. I thought it was the other one. The winner is Sheila, who came
Whitehorse.
down from Whitehorse and was staying with Vivian, who brought us the fudge. So Sheila, we'll be calling you. We'll give you a couple of days in case you watch the podcast too. I'm not sure if she does.
No, I don't know.
But we will give it a couple of days and then we'll call her to let her know she won a prize.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll be getting one of the Fibrefest magnets. And
some other stuff.
If she's a spinner, she'll be getting, I have another spinning fiber that I didn't show that will be a prize. If she's not a spinner, she'll be getting one of the Ginger Snaps skeins that I got. Because I said I would be providing a gift from the Fibrefest for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, Sheila, give us a call if you are Sheila who came down with Vivian. And,
yeah, we don't have a last name or a rivalry name or anything.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
But otherwise, we've got her phone number, so we'll give her a call.
Yes.
So,
and then last podcast we talked about the Knit to Alaska, or the Alaska Highway Knit Along. I don't even know what we've called it, but we call it Knit to Alaska,
or the Alaska Highway Make Along.
Yes, because we're going up the Alaska Highway.
Yeah.
And so we drew for that because we made it to Liard Hot Springs.
Yes.
and
Which is our second to last big stop.
Yeah, our last. Yeah, so we're doing one more, which is Watson Lake, which is the first official community in the Yukon. So to put it into context, in like 2 years, we have made it maybe half the way that Sheila drove down.
Yes. Yes. And that's with a lot of people knitting sweaters.
Yes.
Schwacks of socks.
Yes. There's 2 R's. So we pulled, we did a draw for all the people who have participated.
So this time we did a draw from like everybody who participated since the last draw, which was Fort Nelson.
Yes. Which was, I mean, a good chunk of
a couple of 100 kilometers away.
Yeah. And the winner is Carlasa. Carrlasa.
So that's Carlasa on Ravelry.
On Ravelry, yes. She didn't have her name.
Yeah, we know she's from Canada, so Carlasa, contact us.
And it's really cool because she submitted a vest, the Wheat Creek vest by Andrea Rangel, that she actually worked on while she was driving up the Alaska Highway.
Yeah,
or a part of it. I thought that was just so cool.
Yeah. And she's not a regular in our group, so we don't know her very well, but just it's an Alaska Highway knit along, and she's submitted a vest that she knit going up the Alaska Highway.
We just thought that was very cool.
Yeah. So if you are Carlasa, contact us on Ravelry and give us your details, and we will mail out a prize for you as well. Yours is going to be a surprise, and it will be containing something local and some goodies.
Yes.
And we hope you enjoy.
Anything else? Oh wait, we're not gonna do
Culture consumed?
Culture consumed. I'm like, that section we do every time.
I consumed culture this week.
Did you?
My eyelids.
Yeah, I read some books and stuff, but
I put on an audiobook a couple times and had to go back to the same chapter I started from because I realized I'd fallen asleep.
Yeah, we've just been busy or sleeping.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a very consumey week.
No. But I have so many things I want to watch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There's new Star Treks. There's new, who cares about May the 4th? There's new Star Trek. And I have tons of spinning I want to do and tons of knitting. And I do have one other thing I was going to show.
What? Okay.
1 minute.
I'll talk while she goes and gets it. I don't know what it is, but yeah. I have been reading some books. Oh, wow.
It's creepy.
She has a big thing.
I have been feeling the urge to knit sweaters.
She has everything. I'm gonna knit a sweater out of that. I'm like, yeah, sure you are.
Well, I finished my green one in time for the Fibrefest.
She did. It looked great.
And it was fabulous. So I bought this, which is a DK weight natural tweed yarn. Are you gonna dye it? Or are you just no? This one I'm gonna use just as is.
Oh.
I might over dye it a gray.
Oh, okay. But you got 2 bags of it, right? So you're gonna dye some?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is gonna be a sweater, and it's so soft.
It really is.
Yeah.
I'm not usually a big tweed fan.
I'm not either.
But I really like this tweed. That reminds me, I have some tweed that my mom bought me in Ireland.
Oh, I do too.
From Donegal.
Yeah. From Donegal tweed from County Donegal.
Yes.
The other one I bought, which is going to be to dye.
The skin is a little
Yes, it was the munchy one.
The monkey one.
The other skein I'm going to buy. So Hohi Locatelli put out a pattern called Dark Clouds, and I've loved it since I saw it. Like on her, you're making it worse.
I was trying to fix it.
You're not fixing it.
It's really manky.
Do you see what I put up with?
Yeah. She puts up with me.
Anyway, this pattern from Hohi, I've loved since I got it, but she knit it out of Brooklyn Tweed Loft, which is it's like a chainette outside with blown fiber through the inside.
The loft is that? No, because
Luft. Anyway, it's the bulky weight, and it's got a chainette construction with fiber blown through it. So it's really light, but super bulky. So you get, like, to knit a bulky sweater my size, it'd be about 2 kilograms. But with this...
You were going to say 2 kilometers.
Yeah, I was.
About the same, actually.
But it's going to be about 1 kilogram instead.
Yeah,
half the weight.
because you got this.
Because it's... Yeah, and there's a strand pulled out. So
okay, here, you can take it out.
So you can see it's kind of a chain. It's like it's already crocheted into a little I-cord chain. And I'm going to dye it in charcoal.
Knit into an I-cord.
Knit into an I-cord chain. And I'm going to dye it in charcoal and do that pattern. And it's basically, it's a U-neck that goes down, and it's like a tabard vest that's split on the sides with just a couple of buttons that she makes optional here with the U bottom, like I did on my green sweater.
Cool.
Because apparently I really like that shape. So yeah, and it won't weigh 2 kilograms.
Yeah,
it'll be
a very heavy
2 pounds instead of 5 pounds. Yeah. But yeah.
I keep bringing up
and it's so squishy.
I gotta figure out what to do with this.
Squish, squish.
Oh, you're making the camera bounce. Stop it.
Okay. Okay. I think that's it for us this week.
I think we're good. Yeah.
She's gonna kill me as soon as we're off camera.
Oh no!
So I'm gonna keep babbling.
I'm gonna go blow my nose though.
Oh, ew.
Why is that ew? You blow your nose constantly.
I do.
Maybe I'll have some fudge.
Not on camera and not while eating
Not
fudge.
at the same time. Ew.
We're gonna go, but the fudge does sound like a good idea, so I think we might do that. And we'll
Blue
see
Jay
you.
wants some fudge too.
We'll see you next time, which will be in 2 weeks.
Sure,
I'm
it will.
going to.
It's a long weekend.
Yeah, and I'm going to put up some pictures. A little montage of pictures from the Fibre Fest.
Oh.
I haven't decided if it'll be at the end of this episode or just a special little 5-minute episode with some pictures. But we'll see you next time. And for those of you who came, thanks so much. And for those of you who offered messages of condolences and or congratulations on how it went and on having to put up with each other, thanks. See you.
We survived.
Whee!
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, look at my arm flap.
This is the post-dinner knitting bliss as we prepare to head over to the hotel to set up for our booth. There's a few more people over here. And then we're off to